Hey y'all, what's up? Happy International Women's Day!
Hey!
As you see, I got my girl here, Lauren. And she's streaming from her page. So depending on where you're watching from, just let us know whose page you're watching from. Celebrate with us. It's a happy International Women's Day. And listen, we are powerful, 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 powerful. And I'm honored to like have this quick chat and this quick live with this amazing woman because, like I think we kind of feed off of each other. Like I know I always look at her and I'm like, man, I gotta step my game up a little bit.
No.
So I'm so excited that you wanted to do this today because this was like right on time. So yes, thanks for joining me and inviting me.
Yeah, girl, hold on. Dang, this
All right.
son. Oh, this is my son, y'all. This is real life. Hey, hey, baby, I'm on live right now.
Oh, okay. I'll call you back.
Okay.
Call me back. Bye.
All right, bye. Okay, bye. It's so crazy, girl. It's like he's at college. I talk to him more now than when we live together. He calls me, he FaceTimes me all the time, tell me about everything. This is the third time today that he's FaceTimed me. He's gonna just tell me something he's just done in the last hour.
Mm-hmm.
But I answered, like, some people are like, girl, why you answer the phone? Like, honey, this is my son. And
Right.
he wants to connect with me and tell me about what he ate for lunch, what happened in class. I'm all for it. So
Yeah. And you never know because it's always like as a parent, it's a little bit of that anxiety too. Like, oh, I want to make sure everything is okay.
yeah.
And it's like, oh, I'm so like honored. He's reaching out to me to tell me about his day. Like it's a good feeling, amazing feeling for sure. Like,
It is.
yeah, I know for me, like that 15-minute car ride after school from home to, from school to home. And my son, that's the only time he really like wants to talk. So I'm like, give it to me.
I know you're like, okay, yes. I'm soaking it all in. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I
Yeah.
totally understand.
Cool.
So how are you celebrating International Women's Day? Like, what are the accomplishments or just what are the things that you're like really happy and excited about right now?
Listen, I'm happy to actually just know some really dope women. And
Mhm.
to be honest, like I will be like a few years ago, I don't know if I could have said that.
Mm,
Like, I mean, the women who were in my life were just like in my life because they had been in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you went to
yeah.
school with them, you worked with them, you grew up with them, you're sorority with them, whatever. But I wasn't rolling with a circle of women that I had chosen.
Mhm.
But over the past couple years and primarily this past year, like I have just come into contact with some amazing women who just have positive vibes, who are doing good things, who want to do good things, who are supportive. And so today I'm celebrating them. Like in my story right now, like I'm running like little clips of last year up into this year, like of just powerful women, the presence, my presence with these women and just celebrating them for International Women's Day. Because I think like that's what this whole day is about. This whole month, I feel like Women's History Month is just about the power of women, how much we've been able to change things in the past, how we are a dominant force in the present, and how we are going to take over in the future. And so
Mhm.
today is about like, okay, every woman that I know here in the United States, globally, internationally, I salute you. I'm excited to know you, to be in like, your orbit. And yeah, and I'm drinking wine.
You didn't tell me, y'all. I didn't bring my glass. I have no, it's nothing in here. So that's all
Girl,
right. I'll make some tea or something. In a few minutes.
yes, yes.
I
And so,
love that because it's like like you said, it's women that you've chosen. Where sometimes we just get in that space where we feel like, oh, these are the people, like this is my family, these are people I've been around with forever, and sometimes you don't think past that until you realize, like, wait a minute, I've kind of outgrown these people, or I need to kind of expand my mind, and I feel like maybe I'm not being suffocated, but I feel like I'm a little trapped and I need to like explore. And when you find that, oh wow, there's so many other women that are amazing that I can connect with, that I can just be myself with, and I can learn from them as well. It's really empowering and it feels really just good to be around those type of people. And just also be able to celebrate them and just connect on all different levels that, maybe it's just business, maybe it's personal, but at least that, you found your people and it's people that you have the opportunity to say, oh, I chose you versus, oh, you're just my family or whatever. And not that that's a bad thing, but I think you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I do. And you said something that was really cool. You said like when you're ready to like kind of go the next level, other women to help you elevate.
Hmm.
And it's like I think that's what like this whole day is about, this month is about, is just attaching yourself to other women who want to help you elevate and knowing that there are other women out there that genuinely want to help you elevate and not asking anything for, in return, right? They're just
Hmm.
there to support you. Like I think that is like, hey, I think that is like the beauty of today and of this whole movement, and I'm excited about my relationships with women in general. I don't know about you, but like I've just struggled my whole life, to be honest, with women, in relationships with women. I think part of it is because I have a very masculine dominant energy about me.
Mm.
I've been able to learn this about myself over the past couple of years, right? I'm a woman, obviously, but I'm very masculine oriented, like my energy is. And I think that that can come off, if you don't know me, as like aggressive, assertive, narcissistic. Only because I've only heard these words. That's why I'm like, say this.
Are you sure that's me? Nah, not me.
Like, but I've heard it, and I've heard it really after, like, after I've gotten to know some women, they're like, well, girl, I thought she was like stuck up, aggressive, assertive, like all the words I just said. I'm like, oh shoot. Right. But it's like I've struggled. And so I'm happy now to be in this world, in this orbit where I don't have to struggle, with women thinking like I'm mean. I'm like, I'm not. I just am clear with my words.
Which, and oh my gosh, like I'm so glad you said that because it's so funny. It was a topic on someone brought it up on the radio show this morning, and the lady called in and she's like, people find that I'm mean because I'm very blunt and I just say what I have to say, and people can't take that. And I find that that is like so true. Like either people laugh at it because it makes them uncomfortable, like they think you're joking, or it's like, well, damn, like
I
she
know.
had to say it like that. Well, how else am I supposed to say it? Like,
Exactly.
so I celebrate that for you because we need more of that. Because, I even find myself a lot of times where I filter the things that I truly want to say because, I'm all these things. Oh, you got to be emotionally intelligent. You got to, watch for people's feelings, all this stuff. And then it's like, I just want to say what I have to say. Like earlier, I posted, I was like, sit your ass down for 6 months and get a budget. Like, that's just what I want to say. And that's how I talk to my people. So like I feel like I hold that back sometimes where today I was like, I just gotta say what I gotta say. And whoever gonna take it the way they're gonna take it, I love y'all, but listen, let's get it together. So I appreciate that. And I'm celebrating your bluntness and just say it. Like I love it.
I'm celebrating you too. Just be blunt and say it. And I feel like a lot of times, so people are used to the watered down messages. Yes, and it hurts when they hear it and they
Mhm.
get offended. And you realize, thanks Tab for commenting. You realize really it's a them thing. It's not a you thing at all, right? Like
Yep.
it's if you felt okay with you would receive what I was saying and what you were saying just the way we were delivering it. Like there's no
Mhm.
bad intention behind it. Um, I do feel like with women, sometimes we can be a little prickly, right? We can be like, we want to straddle the fence. Like we want to be like equal rights. Like we are men, we are dominant, we are strong. And then on the other side, we're like, but don't say those things to me. Don't talk to me like that. And I'll be like, come on, you gotta choose a side.
Are you strong or are you soft? Like
Right? Are you meek or what? What's going on here? So that it's interesting out here, especially like, in our fields, being business women, it's difficult. Um, one thing, so when I was thinking about today, going live today, And of course,
Mhm.
you guys are wondering how we're on here and why we're on here. So I was going to go live today because it is International Women's Day. And this one thing that I am really trying to do this year is to not go alone. I am a loner, right? I've got
Mm.
really comfortable being alone. If this resonates with anybody out there, let me know, right? Right? I am a loner. Like I will make plans, I will do stuff, and I'm like, I'm gonna do this by myself. But I knew I wanted to go live today. And I was like, I'm not going to go alone, right? Because together we can go faster, further, and quicker. So I was like, let me reach out to my girl, Nashaya, and ask her, you want to go live with me and say, hey, happy International Women's Day? And she was like, yes. So I want to just say thank you for being here. And to let you all know, like, you are watching two, like, boss women. I'm just gonna say we're bosses, put our crowns on real quick, right? Who have created a relationship over the past couple years just through Facebook.
Mhm.
And I consider Nashaya like my friend, right? And and a business partner, and just a dope woman. So, I want to just thank you for being here, but I want to let you guys know that, like, this is a platform that we're both creating to really empower women and to bring about collaboration. And I just want to encourage you guys, like, if you got like a Facebook crush, like Nashia was my Facebook crush for a while, right? I was like stalking her out, and I was like, I like that she talks about money. I like that she's like, you need to get your money together, right? Like, if you have a Facebook or Instagram crush, like, stalk them out and then jump in their DMs, right? And create your own, like, good sister friendship, because that's what I've done, and that's one thing I'm committed to. So I want to know, like, what's one thing you're committed to doing, Nashaya, to increase your relationships with women?
Yeah, I resonated with everything you said. I have the biggest challenge, which I'm just gonna be completely transparent because it's International Women's Day, and why not be transparent, right?
Why
Like,
not?
I show up really powerfully on live. I can post all day, but when I have to have a conversation in the DMs, I turn into like the little girl who is maybe a little autistic, who doesn't know how to talk to people, like real talk, like. It feels very awkward for me because I am someone that doesn't like the surface small talk. So it's more of like, just say what you want. Like, if you want to sell me something, just sell me something. Like, don't ask me, like, how's business going? It's great. What do you want? Like,
Nothing, ma'am.
so, yeah, I have to be really transparent to say that I really desire to build more relationships on a deeper level. So that is definitely something that I am looking to improve in this year, because I understand it's a me thing, right? Like, it's a lot of mental stuff. Like, in my mind, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so uncomfortable, where I need to like really shift that thinking, and go into it with a different mindset. And I'm truly working on that. So this year, I would really love to build more relationships with women. And it doesn't necessarily just have to be business, even though most of us are business owners. But we can meet at that level and then take it a step further if it leads to that, right? Like, oh, we happen to really like, hanging out with each other. So how about we go into a conference together, or a girls trip or something like that? You know what I mean? So that is truly something I'm working on. So I'm glad that you brought that up, because yeah, I just want to do more of it, because I just, I don't really connect with people on the level that I would like to connect with them, even though I'm very engaging online, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. That's interesting that you say you don't connect with them on the level that you would want to. And I think we all struggle with that, right? Like, I think we all want to connect more and do more, but then I don't know what happens. Life happens, or insecurities happen, fear happens. I don't know what
Hmm.
happens, but I do like the fact that, like you said, you can meet on the business level and then become friends. Um,
Hmm.
so because I really am aiming to become a millionaire within like the next year, like I'm really, and I know people are like, whatever, girl, don't talk about shit. Nobody want to hear that. I'm putting it out there because you gotta, put it out there. I'm really aiming to become a millionaire in the next year. I'm reading and learning more about millionaires, right? And trying to figure out, like, how do they move? How do they think? Like, what's the difference between them and me? And one thing I am noticing is they talk about their friendship circles in their books or in their podcasts, and they talk about like how they were climbing, they were looking for business partners,
Mhm.
business accountability partners or actual partners, and they ended up finding like their best friends.
Oh, I
And
love that.
so I was like, ah, yes, because even if like we're not going to do business together, you and I, Nashaya, to be on the same plane is like invaluable, right? Like
Mhm.
we may meet on a business level and we become friends. Now we already understand each other on 5 different levels that the regular person won't understand you because we're in business, we're entrepreneurs, we understand. We will congratulate and support each other's drive. We won't think we're bragging when we're like trying to do something. We'll support the other person without a thought, right? Like post this for me, no problem. Send this out for me, no problem. And then you become a friend and you really can help the other person grow. So as I'm reading this information, I'm like, that makes so much sense that, you know, your millionaire friends, your friends who are your friends end up becoming the same, like I think bracket as you on the income, right? Like when you
Mhm.
look now with the celebrities, look at the little cliques that you got running around here. They've been running
Yep.
together for years, best friends. They all making money. They all like climb together. And I'm like,
Mhm.
that's probably the dopest way to build the girl crew, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, because you like you said, you could totally understand everything that that person is going through because it's like you can't talk to someone who's never even like tried to have a business about like the stuff that we go through as business owners because they're like, I don't get it. Like just don't do it. Like, and it's like, no, you don't like, like I understand I can stop. No. But I don't want to. Like, I gotta go through this. Because I see that million, like it's right there. I just got to go through this first. So yeah, yeah, and it's yeah, yeah, you're definitely right. I love that, and yeah, it's just exciting time because I think I was just listening to something. They said like black women are like 6 times more or something. I don't know the statistic, whatever. Like black women are like really jumping into business, like and it's just like a normal, it almost feels normal now, where before it was so like business owners, like you knew very few and it was all like brick and mortars, like you didn't know any online people. So it just feels really like kind of cool to know that there's so many powerful women around you who are all on their journey to that millionaire or already millionaires or whatever, right? And then also people that you can truly connect with that understand you, that you can potentially see like, oh, I can see this relationship like blossoming because we are both on that same path. So yeah, I appreciate that you brought that up because so true.
Yeah, girl. So, the friendships, you just gotta, I feel like you gotta be in the same income bracket, to be my friend these days. And that probably sounds so horrible, but it's just like, cause we just not on the same thing. You know what I mean? We just not thinking and talking about the same thing at all.
Mm-mm. No, the conversation is very different. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's gonna leave it at that. Yeah, it is very, very, very different. So let me ask you this: what do you think about the youth? Very true. We have to be aligned on all levels. That's right. The tab is on it today. Look at all this participation, girl. Come on now. Uh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So I was thinking about for girls, like younger girls, right? So I actually got asked to speak to a school this month, but it was last minute and I'm already booked, so like I can't go and I'm bummed about it. It's a group of young girls, they're trying to get into business, like a middle school. What do you think about like young girls these days? Where is the movement for them? Like where do you see young girls, taking their place? How can you work with young girls? Do you have any desire? I kind of do.
I kind of do. I actually was asked to speak like on financial stuff at one of the nonprofits, Girls Inc., which reminds me I need to reach back out to. If you're watching this on LinkedIn, hey, but I need to reach back out to that contact because there's a lot of programs and stuff to really empower young girls just in all areas of life to like support them in the direction that they want to go in. So I think there's kind of like this, I feel like it's the same when I was younger too, but there's like half of these girls are like really into like being creative and using their talent like on TikTok and just all these different ways becoming entrepreneurs very young, and they're so talented and bright. And then you have the other side of it where there's some girls who just are just not into, or they're trying to find themselves, or they don't really have any direction or the family support or whatever it is. And I truly think that, you know, this now is the time that we could really reach those girls to kind of shift them in a way, to show them that, hey, you know, maybe now you don't feel like there's a future for you or whatever, but just know that there's options for you. And there's people that want to support you, that want to congratulate you and just get you to that next level, without you getting trapped or stuck in that cycle. So I think it's an exciting time because there are so many opportunities for, young girls to just really be themselves and tap into areas that maybe we didn't even think were possible for us when we were younger. So, yeah.
That I know that we didn't think were possible because shoot, I mean, they weren't possible just 10 years ago. So, you know, as my son says, you know, you grew up in the 1900s, you know,
I
and
can't.
it's been like, wow, you were born in the 1900s. I was like, no. I mean, yeah, but no, but not the way you say it, 1900s, you know. But real talk, yeah, the girls definitely didn't have the options in the 1900s as they do in the 2000s, right?
Yes, exactly. We about to be in yeah.
After these numbers, it's crazy. Well, I'm glad that you said that was a kind of a setup question because, you know, I'm working on what I'm going to be trying to do for third and fourth quarter as far as a community, like, I don't know, project, I think is what I'm thinking, right? And so
Mhm.
I really think I do want to work with young girls and try to figure out some way to like volunteer, give back, do something to empower them. So it might be dope if we did something like that, with business and finance, because I think that's like the girls have got to understand how to manage their money and how to make money, like point blank period. Like that's it, and that's really what will determine your enjoyment level in life. And
Mhm.
I'd say that to people a lot of times, and then they're like, dang, you're just so like, you know, materialistic. I'm like, no, not at all. I'm not saying that to go and splurge all your money and do all these crazy things. I'm saying that like without money you have no control, without control you have no power, without power you have no voice. And so now you're just here. You're just here. And I don't believe any of us were just put here to be here. I think we were all put here for a reason. There's a purpose behind us. But there's some things that we've got to do to put us in the right place. And I just personally know the relationship between money and power gives you just this right to play, right?
Mhm.
And so I really want to help to spread that message to younger girls that, you know, you've got to be able to make your own money and you've got to be able to manage the money. And it's got
Mhm.
to start now. And it's not about marrying into some, you know, rich man's life or, you know, being somebody's whatever and they're, you know, throwing you off some money. It's about making your own money over and over and over and over.
Mhm. Yeah, and it's, you know, and that's the other thing too is like it it doesn't, and when we say this and when you say it, I don't see it as like we don't need a man, like we could do it on our own. Like I see it as just being powerful on your own and then bringing that into a partnership. So it's a true partnership so that you and that other person can come together and be have a solid foundation. So and I think that sometimes that message comes across as, oh, well, if you're doing all these things, you're making your own money and you know you're managing it well, like what do you need a man for or whatever. And it's like that is so not, or not even a man, maybe you don't, you know, maybe you have a different preference, but what do you
Yeah.
need a partner for? Yeah. And it's like it's just so not about that. Like we need to have our own foundation set, you know, I feel before we go into a partnership or anything with someone else, thinking that, oh, they're going to fix me or they're going to, you know, bring that other piece. Like, no, go in whole so that you both can come in whole and then just be double the amount of powerful as, you know, you were on your own. So I totally support that so much because it would be an exciting time knowing that, wow, all these women, you know financial literacy, they know how to manage their money, like they feel confident about their money and they're walking into these rooms negotiating, asking for their worth, for the skills that they're offering, and they're getting paid the money that they should be getting paid versus having these inequities in the workforce and business and everywhere else.
Definitely, definitely. That's good. Oh, I'm gonna put that on our list of things to do to take over the world, because I definitely want to empower younger girls to be business owners too. I mean,
Mhm.
of course, there's nothing wrong with being an employee. We need employees. I've been an employee. You've been an employee. I think you still are working. Like there's nothing wrong with having a job. I'm not bashing having a job, but I think that if we can encourage young girls to start businesses now while they're young girls, then when they
Mhm.
become our age or even way younger, obviously, right? Early young adults, right? They have so many more options than the typical person, because to be honest, most people's lives are driven by the route to get to money.
Yep.
That's just it. People's jobs that they have, most people are not working in jobs that they love, they have a passion for. They're working there in order to get to the dollars. Maybe they took a job that is a crazy job to give them bigger dollars. Maybe they just have a regular job to give them regular dollars. But people, like, they navigate their life just to get to money. That's really what
Mm.
this whole game is about. You wake up in the morning, you're thinking about how to make money. And if you're not, then you've just tapped out and you're just out here willy-nilly. That's just a very different vibe, right? But there are people like that. But when you wake up every morning, you really are waking up trying to figure out what you're going to do that day to get to the end game, which is the dollar. So if
Mhm.
we can teach young girls early on to start businesses so that their money is already coming in, now when they're in their 20s and they get out in this real world, they might have the opportunity to actually do what they want to do instead
Yeah.
of what they have to do, right? They
Mhm.
may be able to actually never work because they've created a business while they were young that has income that's coming in. We've taught them how to invest that money. We've taught them how to grow it. And now they're managing their money while they're on vacation. Now they're managing their money while they're, maybe they wanted to always just be like a bow tire in a store. They just want to tie bows all day. That's what they love. But you're making money doing it. And people are like, I can't believe that girl is just over there tying bows and wasting her life. And they don't know that at the age of 16, we taught her how to start a business. She's been making money for the past 10 years. She's a millionaire, and she's
Mhm.
literally volunteering here for you. Do you know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's the vision that I got out here. That's what I'm trying to change with this next generation.
Mhm. And listen, that I wish that is like, oh, this is financial freedom. This is like financial independence at its best. And I, like you said, that's what most of us are working towards now. And it's like, what does my ideal day look like? I can imagine most of us will not say I'll be working.
No.
Like real talk. Like let's be serious. Like you probably would be working.
We would not.
So yeah, and I think too, to your point, is that is becoming more. It's becoming normal. Like, and I say that because I asked my son something. You know how, like, my son's even in 10th grade now, so the typical question: what do you want to be when you grow up, and do you want to go to college and all that stuff? He's like, I want to have a YouTube channel and make money off of that. And I was like, listen, I ain't mad at it. Like, I'm going to support you with that because it's totally possible. You could be making more money than me doing that. So now let's actually tap into that and give you the support that you need. So let's, instead of investing that money in maybe a formal education, we invested in something else. And that's not to say that a formal education is, there's no value there, but I find that that is truly the thing that is increasing the wealth gap, and it is putting us in a space where we can now not access home ownership or the things that we need to get to the next level because of student loan debt and all this financial responsibility that we're not in position to manage because we don't have the jobs and all the debt and all the stuff to actually support us to get there. So yeah, that was just my little soapbox moment. And yeah.
Listen, honey, that's an amazing soapbox. I'm on there with you. I mean, it's funny how we both have boys. Like, we're all about women, but we're boy moms.
Right.
I have two sons. You got one son. Like, we are boy moms, and I'm the same with you. Like with Josh, who is in his first year of school, he decided to go to Job Corps. We applied to 5 colleges. We had Job Corps, and then he was thinking about cosmetology school. So Josh is like my creative, artistic kid, but he was going to try to push himself to college because that's what they told him in school. And I already knew. I was like, I'm not seeing that for you. Like, you are very not I'm going to go in a classroom for the next 4 years and study computer science. Like
Yeah.
that's not you. Hey, boy, mom, come on, Tab, come on, sis. I mean, that's like that wasn't him, and so we talked about it, and then I actually talked to him about money. So it's funny when you said that, like we talked about money. Like I said, he had some scholarships. I'm like, you could go to college. We have some scholarships. The rest we'll have to fund because I don't want you to have to go into debt. I will pay. I wasn't going to take a loan out either. I was going to pay cash, right? I was going to take all my hard money, that I have been working all these 17 years and write check so he could go to college so he didn't have the debt, right? That gap wealth that you talked about, or the wealth gap.
Well, yeah.
That we talked about, right? So he decided to go to Job Corps on his own. It's free. So we're not going to be in debt. He's going to come out of there. He's going to be able to open up his own business. He wants to do event planning. So I'm like, let's do it, baby. We both gonna be millionaires,
Nice.
and just like really pushing him. And what's been funny, again, we're all about girls, but all his roommates are boys. He's got a quad. So it's three other guys. Now we be having like these like weekly FaceTime talks about business because he goes and tells them about like, this is what my mom is going to do with me. And they're all like, well, Mama Buckner, what do you think I could do? Because like now nobody wants to work. They're like, maybe I could have our own business. And I'm like, let's do it. And I tell them, I'm like, you guys are at Job Corps. You don't have any debt. This is great. So when you come out of here, you do need to have a plan. And I don't mind helping them create the plan because boy or girl, I just want everybody to have, financial stability and freedom. But I think you talked about like not investing that money in that traditional college route where you go into debt, being able to do the YouTube. We are different parents than our parents. And so to say I want to be a YouTuber is not like cursing us out. Like our parents have been like, what? Did you just curse me out? No, I said I wanted to be a YouTuber. It's like a curse word, but now we're like, pick up this phone, let's make some money, let's do it. So, it's about supporting the creativity. And so I think we can obviously do that for our sons and we can do that for little girls out here too.
Absolutely. I know he's only supposed to keep this to 15 minutes. So
I know I was about to say the same thing. That's how it is when we get together. Well, listen, it is going to be. We're going to cut it short because we'll be on here all night. So anyway, I did want to just jump on here just to say Happy International Women's Day. I want to do it with you, Nishea, because I plan on doing a lot with you this year and beyond, right? We are beginning, because we've been working together.
Yeah, but just not in this capacity.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, we've been working together. She's been supporting my clients, which has been amazing. Like that's the other great thing about the International Women's Day I'm going to talk about is like when you get out here and you meet other women, they may not have what you personally need, but maybe they have something that your clients need, your business needs, and it helps your business to be even better because you can pull another strong woman in. So like that's another shout out I want to give for International Women's Day, right? But yes, Nishea has been supporting my clients on the financial side, which is important. And we are about to embark on some true partnership things, which is super excited. I sent her an email and I was like, this Facebook can be our announcement that we go together.
Real bad, y'all.
We go together. You got to be a certain age to even understand what that means. We go together. They real bad, huh?
Yeah, they're gonna be like, did you know that they were lesbians?
Did you know they go together for real? They go together? Like we go together. That's mine right there. That's mine right there.
We're gonna clear this up in just a second.
Oh my God. We're sorry. We're gonna clean it up. Go ahead, clean it up, Nishea.
So what we're saying is we go together real bad because we are going to be working together over these next like few months or so, right? It's actually going to be more than a few months, right? So Lauren, the brainchild here, and I just like come in and add my sprinkles. It's like, listen, girl, let's do a financial masterclass in person together. And I was all like, yes, like that's a no-brainer. And but before we get there, so that we just sprinkling that out there. Before we get there, we're also going to do an event together in April, which is Financial Literacy Month. Did we decide April or was it May? I'm sorry. It
I
was
think,
April, right?
listen, if it's Financial Literacy Month, that's the month we're going to do it.
Oh, that's April. I'm pushing up the timeline. Let me
For our conversion event. Yeah. What month is this now? March?
March.
April. No, we can totally do a conversion event next month. We could do one April and May. I think we said May.
We said May 18th.
But we could do something April and May, because I mean we could do like a 1-day workshop. Like, would you guys like a 1-day workshop for April for financial literacy, where we talk about business and money? Like, let us know what you want, what you need, what you want to see.
Yeah. So what she said, put it in the comments.
In the comments, in her comment or my comment. But we are coming together to bring an in-person event to you in August. And we're going to be working between now and August to just build our relationship more here on Facebook with you, so you can see us together more. You learn more about us and what we do. And we're going to actually start helping you now make some changes in your life, because just like we were talking about the young girls, we want the old girls too. We want all of us to be financially successful and stable. And so no more gatekeeping. We are here to bring it to you. We are excited to bring it to you. We are just like, it's time. I think it's time. There's no one out here, and I've been doing my research, because that's me on the business side. I've been doing my research. There's nobody out here offering what I know that we are going to offer, right? We really come from very different perspectives, and it's not the coaching perspective per se, right? It's more of the consultant, facilitator, perspective. Well, that's my 8 o'clock. Maybe they're like, we don't want to go. That's what like, hello. Anyway, so I've lost my train of thought, but we're coming to you to help you make some changes in your life, and just keep your eyes and ears open. But drop us some comments and let us know what you want to see, because we do want to do some workshops between now and August online, where we really can start to, teach. That's what I'm saying. We're not coaches. We're facilitators. We're consultants. Like, we're real professionals. Not knocking coaches, but I'm not out here just coaching you. We're walking with you. Like, we're doing this with you, and we really have the expertise in the fields. And so these workshops we're going to do online as conversion events are really to teach, educate, help you make some small wins, and then meet us in DC. So you can mark your calendars, and we're going to drop the date pretty soon, so you can get your tickets. We'll help you find hotels and stuff like that. But we're going to do something for a weekend. So you need to be here with us. And I'm in Washington, D.C. That's why I say here. We're going to be here. The Shay is coming from New York.
Yes, I'm excited. That'll be my first time in D.C. actually. So.
See, we go together. Traveling to come see me.
I'm getting flued out.
That's right, she's getting flued out, girl. I'm flying you out, and we're gonna go to Red Lobster. We're gonna go to Red Lobster, girl.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Get you some
Okay.
Oh no, we're gonna Cheesecake Factory. That's the new one. That's the bad one, right? They don't. I'm like, what's wrong with Cheesecake Factory?
Like, it's all food. Like, that's so crazy. People are crazy. I don't understand.
They are. All right.
But yes. Any closing remarks, or like, yeah, because I'm always like, all right, I'll see y'all later. Like, bye.
Peace. And then she be like, end it. That's it. I don't have no closing remarks except for just be on the lookout for more things that we have coming. But most importantly, support your sisters out here. Other women who are out here who are just trying to live their best life, support them. Don't be a hater. Don't be out here trying to pull anybody's, glory away from them. Support them. So if you got a product, buy it. Just buy it. They got a service, just enroll in it. You know what I mean? They say like my post, just like the post. Support other women, and then other women will support you.
Yes. Listen, I love that. I don't have nothing else to say. Everything she said, boom.
Boom.
All right, I'm getting out of here because I'm acting a fool and Lauren gotta go. Have a good evening, y'all. Later.